Full interview with Rachel Johnson, chemistry teacher and science department head. What is your name, your job, and your major?
So my name is Rachel Johnson. I'm a teacher and a department head of science here at the school, and in university I studied biochemistry.
Can you tell me what events led you to the career that you're currently working in? What events led you to choose your major?
Well, okay, so starting with biochemistry, that was my OAC biology teacher really inspired me to go into biochemistry. He pretty much taught the entire course with biochemistry, so it was so much fun that I loved it so much that I knew that that's what I wanted to study when I went to university. When I went to university, I planned to go to med school. Quickly realized that probably wasn't the right path for me in about my third year. So wasn't sure what to do, ended up in grad school, because what else do you do but go to grad school if you don't know what to do. And I found my love of teaching in grad school, and I didn't really realize that I loved teaching until I stopped teaching. I started doing a postdoc, and then I realized the only reason I loved grad school was because of the teaching aspect. So then I went to teachers college.
Describe the day-to-day responsibilities of your job.
Oh, there's so many. It changes every day. So I guess in terms of a teacher, it's daily lesson planning, marking, grading, actually running your class. There's probably a million more things in there that I'm not thinking of, report cards, things like that. For department heads, because I'm a department head of science, there's all the safety with the department, there's ordering, there's basically being a mentor to the rest of the teachers in the department, and then there's staffing and timetabling and a million more things.
What do you think is the biggest misconception people have about your job?
That our job is easy, and that we barely work any hours in the day, and then we get our summers off and all of our vacations during the year, that it's a super easy job. It is not. I would say we work more hours in a school year than most people do in a regular job.
What type of people do you think are best suited to pursue your career? What qualities or qualifications would they have to have?
One, you have to like the social interactions. Teaching really is about building relationships with your students, and it's more about that than it is about the content. So, liking to work with other people, that's one sort of, I would say, key thing. And then, and also having a passion for your subject. You have to have a passion for your subject in order to be able to share it with others.
Be honest. Do you like your job? Why or why not?
I love being a teacher. It's exactly where I need to be. I actually spent the past 2 years outside of the classroom, working at the board level with other teachers, and I quickly realized how much I missed being in a classroom, which is why I'm back. This is where I'm supposed to be.
The 3 things I value most in a job are helping people, learning things, and spontaneity. Would you say that your job has these things?
Yeah, I would say it has all of those. Like helping others, you're helping others every single day to really understand your content. Yeah, so you're constantly learning as well, and your learning and your growth it's very, I guess it comes a lot from intrinsic motivation. So you can go as deep as you want to go and get as nerdy as you want to be. And then the final one, spontaneity, like every day is a new day. You never know what challenges you're going to arise, or even just like walking down the hallway, you never know what you're going to run into. There's lots of spontaneity.
In general, what are your biggest concerns about the job market in the future?
I guess in terms of teaching, I would say one of my bigger concerns is that there's so much negative exposure around teaching and around education that my worry is that not as many people will go into it, and that job market is going to really be struggling. We're already feeling it the past couple of years in terms of not having enough teachers to cover classes and Like, there's a real strain on the system already, and my worry is that if there continues to be this negative perception out there, then it's gonna be a real struggle to get more people into the profession.
Okay.
What tips would you give to young people who have trouble finding a job or deciding what major they want to pursue?
I recently read a book. I can't remember what it's called, but I have kind of been struggling in terms of whether I want to move on in my pathway, like ever become a vice principal or a principal or whatnot. So I read this one tip, and I think it's a fantastic tip, is to do as much trying out as you can. So like putting yourself into those careers, even if it's just like job shadowing for a day or volunteering in the field, or just trying it out and seeing how it fits for you. I think the more that you can explore those different things, the better the better idea you'll have. You'll get to know like what the day-to-day is and if it's a good fit for you.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Okay, awesome.